Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy Talk, the podcast where we help you discuss delicious topics in English.
I'm Mike, and I'm here with my food-loving co-host, Jane. Hey, everybody. We're so excited you're joining us for today's mouth-watering episode.
If you're new here, welcome. We make English learning fun, practical, and today, quite delicious. And to our returning listeners, thank you for being part of our Easy Talk family.
Before we dive in, please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on notifications. It helps us reach more food lovers and English learners worldwide.
Also, we have a tasty question for you at the end of this episode. We genuinely want to hear about your favorite Iranian dishes in the comments.
Ready to make us all hungry, Jane?
Absolutely. Today we're exploring one of the world's most flavorful and ancient cuisines. Jane, have you ever tried Iranian food?
I have. I went to a Persian restaurant last month and had this amazing rice dish with crispy golden rice at the bottom. What was that called?
Tahdig, you discovered one of Iran's greatest culinary treasures on your first try.
It was incredible. The rice was fluffy, and the crispy part was like a savory rice cracker. I could have eaten just that.
That's exactly how Iranians feel. Tahdig, the crispy rice crust, is the most prized part of the rice. Families sometimes argue over who gets the biggest piece.
I can see why. What else did I miss? What should I have tried?
Oh, so much. Iranian cuisine is incredibly diverse and sophisticated. It's over 2,500 years old, with influences from across the Persian Empire.
What makes it special?
The combination of flavors. Iranian food balances sweet and sour, it uses amazing spices like saffron and turmeric, and it incorporates fresh herbs in almost every dish.
I noticed there were a lot of herbs on the table, like a whole plate of fresh herbs.
That's Sabzi cordon, fresh herbs eaten with meals. Basil, mint, tarragon, radishes, walnuts, cheese. It's a starter at almost every Iranian meal.
So what's our focus today?
We're learning how to talk about Iranian food in English. We'll explore popular dishes, learn cooking vocabulary, describe flavors, and understand the cultural importance of food in Persian culture.
This is perfect because food is a universal conversation topic. Whether you're traveling, making friends, or just ordering at a restaurant, knowing food vocabulary is super useful.
Exactly. We'll teach you how to describe dishes, talk about ingredients, express preferences, and share cultural context about Iranian cuisine.
And I'm sure we'll all be hungry by the end.
Definitely. And at the end, I'll do our quick vocabulary review with 10 essential food words from today.
Let's start this delicious journey.
All right, Mike, let's start with the basics. What is Persian or Iranian cuisine?
I know Persian and Iranian both refer to Iran, right?
Exactly. Persian cuisine and Iranian cuisine mean the same thing. Persian emphasizes the historical and cultural heritage, while Iranian is the modern national term.
What makes Iranian food unique?
Several things. First, the use of rice. Rice isn't just a side dish, it's an art form. Iranians have perfected rice cooking over thousands of years.
How is it different from other rice?
Iranian rice, especially chelow, plain steamed rice, and polo, rice with other ingredients, is fluffy, each grain separate with that coveted golden crispy bottom, the tahdig.
What's the difference between chelow and polo?
Great question. Chelow is plain saffron rice served with stews or kebabs. Polo is rice mixed with other ingredients like herbs, vegetables, or meat. For example, zereshk polo is rice with barberries.
What are barberries?
Barberries are tart, small red berries that grow in Iran. They add a sweet, sour flavor to dishes. In English, we call them barberries or zereshk, the Persian name.
Let's talk about popular dishes. What should everyone try?
Let me start with the national dish, Chelo Kabab. Chelow is the rice, kebab is grilled meat. It's the most iconic Iranian dish.
What kind of kebab?
Several types. Kebab kubide is ground meat, usually lamb or beef, mixed with onions and spices, formed onto skewers and grilled. Jujay kebab is marinated chicken pieces. Barg kebab is thin slices of lamb or beef.
How do you describe the taste?
The meat is tender, juicy, and flavorful from the marinade. It's usually served with grilled tomatoes and sometimes butter on the rice.
What about stews? I've heard Iranian stews are amazing.
Iranian stews are called horesh, and they're the heart of home cooking. Let me tell you about the most famous ones.
I'm ready.
First, Ghormeh sabzi. This is many people's favorite. It's an herb stew with kidney beans, dried lime, and chunks of meat.
What makes it special?
The herbs. It uses parsley, cilantro, fenugreek, and leeks, all sautéed or cooked quickly in a little oil until dark green and fragrant. The dried limes add a unique sour taste.
What do dried limes taste like?
They're tangy and slightly bitter, adding a complex sour flavor you can't get from fresh limes. In English, we call them dried limes or use the Persian name limu omani.
What's another famous stew?
Fesenjan. This one is unique. It's made with pomegranate molasses and ground walnuts. It's usually made with chicken or duck.
Pomegranate and walnut? That's unusual.
It creates an incredible sweet and sour flavor that's rich and complex. The sauce is thick and dark. Some people find it an acquired taste, but most fall in love with it.
What does acquired taste mean?
An acquired taste is something you might not like at first, but you learn to enjoy it over time, like coffee or dark chocolate for some people.
What other stews should I know?
Ghormeh, a stew with yellow split peas, dried lime, and tomatoes, topped with crispy fried potatoes. Badamjan, eggplant stew with tomatoes and meat. Both are hearty, filling, and satisfying.
These all sound amazing. What about appetizers?
Let's talk about kashke badamjan. This is cooked eggplant mashed with kashk, a fermented whey, topped with fried onions and mint.
What's kashk? That's a new word for me.
Kashk is a fermented dairy product, like a thick, tangy yogurt sauce. It's hard to find an exact English equivalent. You can say fermented whey or just kashk.
How do you eat it?
You scoop it up with bread, usually lavash, thin flatbread, or sangak, whole wheat flatbread baked on hot stones. It's creamy, tangy, pleasantly sour, and savory, salty, and flavorful, not sweet.
What about the fresh herbs you mentioned earlier?
Sabzi cordon. It's a plate of fresh herbs and vegetables. Basil, mint, tarragon, radishes, scallions, sometimes walnuts, and feta cheese. You eat it throughout the meal.
Why is this important in Iranian culture?
Herbs are central to Persian cuisine and culture. They're believed to aid digestion and add freshness to rich dishes. Almost every meal includes fresh herbs in some form.
Let's talk about specific dishes. Can you describe zireshk polo bamorg?
Sure. This is saffron rice with berries served with chicken. The rice is aromatic, having a pleasant smell from saffron. The berries are tart and slightly sweet. The chicken is usually tender and flavorful.
How do you describe it in simple English?
You could say it's saffron rice with small red berries and chicken. The rice is golden and fluffy with a crispy bottom. The berries add a sweet, sour taste.
Perfect. What about tachin?
Tachin is a rice cake. Rice is mixed with yogurt, saffron, and eggs, layered with chicken, then baked until golden and crispy all around.
A rice cake? Like dessert?
No, it's a savory main dish. When you cut it, it's like a golden cake with layers of rice and chicken. The outside is crispy, the inside is creamy. It's rich and indulgent, like luxurious and special.
How do you describe the texture?
The outside is crispy or crunchy. The inside is tender and moist. The rice has a creamy texture from the yogurt.
Let's talk about soups.
What soups are popular?
Ash refers to thick soups. Ash e reshte is the most famous. It's a thick noodle soup with beans, lentils, and herbs, topped with kashk and fried onions.
Is it like a regular soup?
No, it's much thicker, almost like a stew. It's hearty and filling. The noodles are thick and the soup is packed with ingredients.
When do people eat it?
Often on special occasions like Nowruz, Persian New Year, or when someone is starting a journey, it's considered good luck.
That's a nice tradition. Let's talk about breakfast. What do Iranians eat?
A typical Iranian breakfast includes noon o panir o sabzi, literally bread and cheese and herbs.
That sounds simple but delicious.
It is fresh bread, lavash or barbari, feta cheese, walnuts, fresh herbs, maybe some honey or jam, with hot tea, of course.
What other breakfast foods?
Halim, a thick porridge made from wheat and meat, slow-cooked overnight. It's smooth, creamy, and often topped with cinnamon and sugar.
Sweet and savory together?
Yes, this is common in Iranian cuisine, balancing flavors. You also have kale pache, a traditional breakfast soup made from sheep's head and feet.
That sounds adventurous.
It's an acquired taste and very traditional. It's gelatinous, which means thick and jelly-like, and considered very nourishing. Not everyone eats it, but it's a cultural dish.
Let's talk about sweets and desserts.
Iranian sweets are incredible. Let's start with baklava, layers of thin pastry with chopped nuts and honey or syrup.
That's Persian?
The origins are debated, but Persians have been making baklava for centuries. Persian baklava often uses rosewater and cardamom for flavor.
What else?
Falude, a frozen dessert made with thin rice noodles, rosewater, and lime juice. It's refreshing and unique.
Ice cream with noodles?
Sort of. The noodles are thin and icy. It's served with bastani, Persian ice cream, made with saffron and rosewater.
What does bastani taste like?
It's creamy and aromatic. The saffron gives a subtle flavor and yellow color. Rosewater adds a floral note. It's often served between two wafers.
What about sohan?
Sohan is a saffron brittle toffee with pistachios and almonds. It's crunchy, buttery, and not too sweet. It's from the city of Qom, famous for sweets.
Let's talk about drinks. What do Iranians drink with meals?
Doog. It's a yogurt-based drink, salted and flavored with mint. It's savory, tangy, and refreshing.
Salty yogurt drink?
I know, it sounds strange, but it's perfect with rich, oily foods. It aids digestion and cools you down. You can describe it as, it's like drinkable yogurt with salt and mint.
What else?
Sharbat, sweet drinks made from fruit syrups, flowers, or herbs. Sharbat e sekanjabin is made from vinegar and honey with mint and cucumber. Sweet, sour, and refreshing.
And, of course, tea.
Chai. Tea is essential. Persians drink it from small glasses, very hot, very strong, often with sugar cubes. It's served after every meal and throughout the day.
How do you describe how Iranians drink tea?
They drink it piping hot, very hot, from glass cups. Some people put a sugar cube in their mouth and drink tea through it. Others dissolve sugar in the tea.
Let's talk about cooking methods. What verbs do we use?
Great question. Here are essential cooking verbs. Sauté, cook quickly in a little oil. Simmer, cook gently with small bubbles. Grill, cook over direct heat. Steam, cook with steam from boiling water. Fry, cook in hot oil. Marinate, soak in a sauce before cooking. Season, add salt, spices, or herbs.
How do we use these for Iranian food?
First, sauté the onions, then add the meat and brown it. Add the herbs and simmer for 2 hours. Season with salt,
and pepper.
What about describing flavors? We talked about sweet and sour.
Iranian food has complex flavors. Here are key flavor words: sweet, sugary taste; sour or tart, acidic taste; savory, salty, not sweet; spicy, hot from peppers. Iranian food is not usually spicy. Aromatic, having a pleasant smell; rich, intense full flavor; tangy, pleasantly sour.
So Iranian food is not spicy hot.
Correct. It's flavorful but not spicy hot. Iranians use spices like saffron, turmeric, and cinnamon for flavor, not heat. The spice comes from complexity, not from chili peppers.
What are the key ingredients in Iranian cooking?
Let me list the essentials. Saffron, expensive red threads that make food golden and aromatic. Turmeric, yellow spice, earthy flavor. Dried lime adds sourness. Pomegranate molasses, thick, tart syrup. Rosewater, floral flavoring for sweets. Fresh herbs, parsley, cilantro, mint, dill, tarragon. Rice, basmati, long grain. Yogurt, used in cooking and as a side dish.
How do we describe saffron?
Saffron is the world's most expensive spice. It comes from crocus flowers. It has a unique, slightly sweet flavor and turns food golden yellow. A little goes a long way.
Let's talk about food culture. How do Iranians eat meals?
Traditionally, meals are served on a sofre, a cloth spread on the floor or table. Everyone sits around it and shares from communal dishes.
Family style?
Yes, multiple dishes in the center. Everyone takes what they want. It's about sharing and togetherness.
What about meal times?
Lunch is the main meal, usually between 1 and 3 p.m. It's substantial, large and filling. Dinner is lighter and later, around 8 to 10 p.m.
What about hospitality? I've heard Iranian hospitality's famous.
Ta'aruf extends to food. Hosts will insist you eat more, saying, "Befarma, please help yourself," repeatedly. You're expected to politely decline at first, then accept. So if they offer food, I should say no first? Once or twice, politely, then accept. It's a dance of politeness. And expect lots of food. Hosts take pride in abundance.
How do I compliment the food?
Say, "This is delicious," or "This is so flavorful." Das packt bei Shema aliast. Das packt a Shema aliast, meaning your cooking is excellent in Persian. I've never tasted anything like this. The flavors are amazing.
What if I'm full?
Say, "I'm full, thank you," or "Siram should," meaning I'm full, but expect them to offer more anyway.
Let's talk about restaurant vocabulary. How do I order Iranian food?
Useful phrases. What do you recommend? I'd like to try. Does this dish have, for dietary restrictions? Is this spicy? Remember, usually not. Can I have this without? What comes with this dish?
How about describing what I want?
I'm looking for something light, hearty, vegetarian. I love rice dishes, stews, grilled meat. I prefer mild flavors, rich flavors, tangy flavors.
What about dietary restrictions?
Many Iranian dishes are naturally vegetarian during parts of the year. Kuku, herb frittatas, dolmeh, stuffed grape leaves, and many rice dishes can be meat-free.
Are there vegetarian stews?
Yes, Ghormeh barejan can be made without meat. Mirza gasemi is eggplant with tomatoes and eggs, totally vegetarian and delicious.
Let's talk about regional differences. Does food vary across Iran?
Absolutely. Northern Iran, near the Caspian Sea, uses more fish, garlic, and olive oil. Southern Iran has more Arabic and Indian influences, with dishes like galie mahi, fish stew.
What about Tabriz in the northwest?
Tabriz is famous for kufte, giant meatballs stuffed with dried fruits and eggs, and special cookies. Each region has specialties.
How do I talk about trying new foods?
Use these expressions. I'd like to try. I'm curious about. I've never had this before. This is my first time trying. I'm adventurous with food. What if I don't like something? Be polite. Say, it's interesting, neutral. It's not quite to my taste, polite. I prefer, redirecting. Never say, it's disgusting or it's gross.
Before the vocabulary review, any final food wisdom?
Iranian food is more than eating. It's about love, hospitality, and bringing people together. When you eat Persian food, you're experiencing thousands of years of culture and tradition.
Beautiful. Let's review the vocabulary.
All right, everyone. Time for our quick vocabulary review. I'm teaching you 10 essential words about Iranian food. Word number 1, tahdig. This is the crispy golden rice crust at the bottom of the pot. It's the most prized part. Example, everyone wants the tahdig. It literally means bottom of the pot in Persian. Pronunciation, tahdig. This is pure Persian, no English translation captures it. Word number 2, kebab, also spelled kebab. Grilled meat, usually on skewers. Example, I ordered chicken kebab with rice. Important, the K is pronounced. Americans often say kebab, but the correct pronunciation is kebab. Different types, kubide, ground meat, juje, chicken, barg, sliced meat. Word number 3, saffron, the world's most expensive spice. It's red threads from crocus flowers that turn food golden. Example, the rice is yellow because of saffron. Pronunciation, saffron. Persian saffron is considered the best in the world. A little bit costs a lot, but you only need tiny amounts. Word number 4, aromatic, adjective. This means having a pleasant, distinctive smell. Example, the saffron rice is very aromatic. Pronunciation, aromatic. The noun is aroma, nice smell. We use this for foods with strong, pleasant smells, not for bad smells. Word number 5, tender, adjective. Soft and easy to chew, not tough. Example, the lamb was so tender it fell off the bone. Pronunciation, tender. This is what you want meat to be. The opposite is tough or chewy. You can also say tender vegetables when cooked until soft. Word number 6, savory, adjective. Salty or spicy, not sweet. Example, Persian food balances savory and sweet flavors. Pronunciation, savory. This describes main dishes, not desserts. We say savory dishes, main courses, versus sweet dishes, desserts. Word number 7, tart, adjective. Pleasantly sour or acidic. Example, the barberries are tart and add a nice contrast to the rice. Pronunciation, tart, rhymes with cart. Similar to sour, but tart sounds more pleasant. Lemons are tart, barberries are tart. Not the same as bitter, which is unpleasant. Word number 8, hearty, adjective. Filling, substantial, and satisfying. Example, the stew is hearty, perfect for cold weather. Pronunciation, hearty. We use this for foods that fill you up and give you energy. Soups, stews, and big meals are hearty. Light salads are not hearty. Word number 9, marinate, verb. To soak food in a flavored liquid before cooking. Example, marinate the chicken in yogurt and saffron overnight. Pronunciation, marinate. The liquid is called marinade, noun. This makes meat tender and flavorful, common in Persian cooking for kebabs. Word number 10, simmer, verb. To cook gently with small bubbles, not a full boil. Example, Let the stew simmer for 2 hours. Pronunciation, simmer. This is how you cook most Persian stews. Low heat, long time, until everything is tender. Not boiling, too hot, and not just warm, too cool. There you have it, 10 delicious words. Tahdig, kebab, saffron, aromatic, tender, savory, tart, hearty, marinate, and simmer.
Jane, I am so hungry now.
Me too. We explored so many delicious dishes, from Tahdig to Fesenjan, from ash-e-reshta to bastani.
We learned how to describe flavors, cooking methods, textures, and the cultural importance of food in Persian culture.
And most importantly, we learned that food is a beautiful way to connect with culture and with people.
Now we want to hear from you. Here's our question. What's your favorite Iranian dish and why? If you've never tried Persian food, what dish from today sounds most interesting to you?
Share in the comments below. Tell us about dishes we didn't cover, your family recipes, or your food adventures. We love hearing your stories.
If this episode made you hungry and taught you useful food vocabulary, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.
Share this with food lovers, Persian food fans, or anyone learning English who loves to cook and eat.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Easy Talk Podcast for daily English lessons and more food vocabulary.
Visit easytalkpodcast.com for recipes with English instructions, food vocabulary lists, and more resources.
Before we go, let's remember something beautiful about food.
Food is a universal language. When we share a meal, we share culture, history, love, and humanity.
Persian cuisine has been refined over 2,500 years. Every dish tells a story. Every flavor carries meaning.
When you try tahdig, you're experiencing what Persian families have treasured for generations. When you taste Fesenjan, you're tasting history.
So be adventurous. Try new foods. Learn the stories behind them. Use your English to ask questions, share experiences, and connect with people through food.
And remember, cooking and eating should be joyful. Don't stress about perfection, just enjoy the flavors and the company.
Thank you for this delicious journey with us.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Mike. And this has been Easy Talk. Until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep learning.
Goodbye, everyone. Nushajan. Enjoy your food.
This episode celebrates Persian cuisine with respect and enthusiasm. Iranian food is one of the world's great culinary traditions. We encourage you to try Persian restaurants, cook Persian dishes at home, and learn more about this rich food culture. Try it yourself. Look up a Persian restaurant near you. Try making tahdig at home, or follow Persian food bloggers to see these beautiful dishes. Food is the best teacher. Nushajan.